this is badly packaged. It's not aligned to the original plan for creating the Ministry of Science and Technology. It is not aligned to it. So we are not rejecting it. We want something that would make us work in compliance with our regional plan and strategy, because we want to walk into the future. We don't want to walk backwards. We want to walk into the future. And so can we utilize the current technology we have, the current science we have, and add on so that we can create something more, we can utilize our local potential more, we can utilize our local skills more, make our engineers, local engineers more active, more in demand. You know, this is the kind of science and technology vision that we have, but not the assembly thing. So maybe you can give me, maybe the Ministry of Science and Technology can issue certificate or manufacture for my local bicycle.
Arrange as soon as possible for the community to visit the plant. There is one first beside it. Are they not transferred everything to, everything is transferred to Ginger? That's where they're now working from.
But I'm interested in the silk.
So the one they were working from Nakasonga.
They use the facilities for UPDH. They used that facility to put together what they had worked on when they went from the market.
So the bit should be to genius.
So that is the plant which is under construction now.
Yes.
They need this plant to have the
we went to Ginger. We saw the is it the land? Is it that you've now chased away the water and the problem? Because if you're saying that that's construction, that's what we saw.
the shop floor.
You are not going to say factory. If you shop floor, you can see the factory.
Yes. We are not remain at that level.
Okay.
Then they will show you what we shall be bringing here.
Go and see the factory.
You see, what I don't want is us to go out and we compare a sweeper to a painter. A sweeper is just sweeping, but the painter is doing some work.
Apply some science and technology.
Yes, there's some science with the painter. But the truth is, how old is this ministry? Coming to 4 or 5 years.
I think it's about 10 now.
Not
yet. How old? About 7.
Before that, initially, this fellow, the professor, the other professor called me. Professor Tikoli was the first one under Ministry of Education. You know, this department was a department under Ministry of Education.
Because of Kira.
Yes. So this Professor Tikoli, and with the agency, nobody should receive discount for that it has last 10 years or 5 years or more. This project is older than the ministry. You get it? Because it was initially under Ministry of Education. They first started under Makerere University. Then they were detached from Makerere University, brought to Ministry of Education.
Even now they are working with Makerere University.
Then finally they were given their own home, which is Ministry of Science and Technology. So it's not just, it's older than the ministry.
But the thing we are talking of making is not just a fiber board. This one's you tie in that place where Nakongera, you get this rags and you tie and you start playing your ball. This is a motor vehicle. It's a long process.
I'm a well-wisher for Chila Motors. I only want them to succeed. so I rest my case.
Those balls you are playing there. So I think this committee has submitted only that much as it's a very, very important sector, there are some figures which are really very heavy, coming to 259 billion. This is a budget again of a whole sector some 5 sectors combined. So you may have to go and really see where, you know, something we should mention which is presentable.
How much is it?
Kira alone is 176 billion. Then others are small, 89. Then total is 259 billion for the sector. So you have to prioritize.
Why don't they chair? Why don't they make what is immediate? That is needed
You
now.
can
With the immediate that is needed now in the pipeline.
So that
within the next 2 years or 3 years,
yeah.
the progress how they are
We recommend what is reasonable.
what is reasonable.
Okay, thank you for trying with the shortest time, shortest recorded time. We thank you. I can see here Committee on Local Government. Defense is here, wonderful. Soft copy and hard copies.
Chair,
Good. Soft
Chair,
copy.
is it okay if we return tomorrow with that?
You know, we want to finish today so that tomorrow morning we are proofreading and signing the report.
Okay, let's do it now.
Okay, you go and try to re-engineer. Yes.
Just in case you don't, I don't know how early you're going to do it.
10.
Yeah, I want to come up with...
Because the secretariat,
come up with a minority report.
yeah.
To challenge some areas of policies. So I just want to notify, I didn't want you to say, I did not notify.
Notes taken.
Like, for example, now we have added more points where science and technology are now fallen into the business of assembly instead of applying science. I'm going to add it on
I got some questions.
Will you be,
and you have added my point.
any Honorable Cecilia, the beauty is, all the ideas are aimed, that they have understood them, they are aimed at whipping
We are just saying,
the likes of Kira Motors
Yes.
we are just
to do more and faster.
Science and technology.
Yes, not slow and trying to.
Rather than sitting room work.
Local government, start. Let me first look through how.
Government, who is your team?
Local government,
What are your technical team?
they are around.
No, what I mean, the ministry. Nobody.
I'm not supposed to be here.
No.
No, I mean, nobody from the ministry.
Local government, just Minister for Local Government and then who else? Public Service Minister, Public Service Commission, Local Government Finance Commission.
Then local government.
Then Minister of Local Government.
The minister.
Chairperson, this is
Also the Vice Olusaga.
Chairperson of record.
Yes.
This is off record. You know, you remember the saga which was in the House some time back. That most of these reports where members of the committee have not been part of the signing list, I think clerks have been taking it as an oversight. That all your members of the committee must be listed.
The
Honorable
circumstance.
No,
but I think
the circumstance.
I think the
Let
clerk.
me first clear this one.
Administration was not.
We are trying to work at a speed which is very abnormal. For them, once they assemble some information,
If you have to wait for the
but
signing.
they will now be signing as we are capturing the information. Then they will submit for us for our file.
Yeah.
And in fact, that's why we want them here tomorrow at 10 for looking at our draft report so that we agree what's there is what they agree to. So that we move together as one. At first we thought they would have even all come and we look at the PFP from this document, what we capture the whole of it, and we keep, but then we say if we squeeze the time, it's like a division of labor. So they wait and try to work it out. But I see he has a signed copy.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I have a signed copy.
Yeah.
When the clerk went to the library to scan them so that they could be photocopied,
Yes.
he got there and closed that they had gone for meeting.
So So they have just printed that.
So the other one, if
That one is okay.
It's okay, don't worry.
That one is okay. But behind the list, behind here, you see there is always an annex like a members. Something like that.
it is
So
here.
when someone finds a copy like this, an enveloped copy like this,
Yeah.
They are here.
it can
They are here. They have signed.
where some copy, some can. That's
Honorable
okay.
Kakoza.
That's okay.
Honorable Kakoza. We have been moving very well, even in parliamentary affairs. The distributed copies were not all signed. But when you look at what they are one copy,
That's okay.
even members have signed.
What about the trade?
Same.
Trade,
Like yesterday there was nothing.
They went back to make the final, then they
Oh, yeah,
agreed.
yeah.
Yeah, they are still.
So that they should not take it for granted.
Yeah. The one-man committee.
Mr. Chairman, I think our mistake was that we could not access library when all
So you hand
the...
us a copy which is signed, one, for our record. Clerk, keep that one. And the soft copy also handed for his. Okay.
So, thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. For purpose of presentation, some of these issues from page 1 up to page 33 are usual things like this is to do with the methodology, mandate, and compliance and the rest. So I will think that I take the committee to...
Chair local government,
Yes, please.
I'm taking care now, but you have 10 minutes.
Yes.
I just asked you.
Yes, I have 10 minutes. That's why I'm saying I'm going to leave other issues. I'll concentrate on observation and recommendations. That one is from page 33. So we can go to page 33. That is vote 005, Minister of Public Service. Here, one of the issues here raised is implementing phase 4 of the approved pay policy. Government had I'm just going to summarize, I'm not going to read from all those. Government had wanted to implement and approve the salary pay policy in a phased manner. But for them to implement this in this particular financial year which is coming, they need 286 billion. So here we are recommending that the Minister of Finance will get this money such that this is implemented. Then 8.2 is the operationalizing the public sector transformation program secretariat. To have that one operationalized, they need 2.724 billion. So we also recommend that this be provided. Others, they are that is page
34.
Yeah. That's page 34. So let's go to page. Let's go to page that. Let's go to page 35. That is establishment. The one on page 35. There is nothing that requires financial.
The salary review commission is neutral. Is budget
that one is neutral. Doesn't require anything to do with money. So I'm not going to read that. Then let's go to page. Let's go to
paragraph 8.4. Establishment of this public service pension fund.
It's also budget neutral. They are not talking about
Yes, I
money.
want to understand it. What is it for? When we have NSSF?
now this one is for the public service staff. What happens is that you know the current pension is not contributory, so normally it brings a lot of problems.
Or you want to have your own parent. So I want to understand because we the parliamentarians want to have our.
Yes.
Is that the same model? To cater for public servants?
Yes, that is
So
to cater
all
for.
public servants
Yes.
will now be required, all of them.
Yes. So what we're saying here is that
You're telling me a very big story, so you should have, there's some of us who learn story.
I shall tell you the whole story. Okay, fine. Now, what
Story, but make me understand.
yes, let me make you understand. What we're trying to say here is that the current pension policy is non-contributory. It is dependent on government. That means when people retire,
Is that so?
yes, it is. That is so. So when the government does not have money, that's why you find sometimes people retire, they are not paid, their retirement accumulation terms are arrears.
That's not true.
Yes. So we are saying. So we are saying this will be changed. What we had recommended and what is being worked out is that a contributory policy should be brought such that when people retire, the money will be there. And also, in the same way, we are trying to fight the issue where somebody retires and they begin to process their pension afresh and the rest, and yet these are people who are already employed by Ministry of Public Service. So one is that once they retire, their names will be transferred from salary payroll to pension payroll.
Me, I support it.
And then also at the same time, the money must also be ready. So these are two issues we are trying to address.
It would be a good idea, but now especially where the public servants, you look at how much they earn. If we are saying you're going to raise money from them, if it's a contributor, how much do you expect now? Like this teacher to pay to contribute.
Who's paying?
Remember that what Honorable Kumar is saying.
Sure.
Look at 8.1. Your report.
Page what?
Page 33. You see, before government affords to use scale standard, make it like a normal parameter, become contributory. You look at their use scale payments. If a teacher is getting 230, which is the threshold, you are telling that person to reduce only 15% or 5% or 10%, what will be the use of that pension contributory fund? And the majority are below that level. If you set to 8.1, our salaries, government, public service, that is a substantial amount. That's why originally, Honorable Cecilia Obado can be their witness. When Parliament found it itself that we have few members who can afford, because the UL standard 1, nobody goes beyond 2.1. 2.5 actually, apart from the permanent secretary, who is at 15. But other civil servants are below that amount of money. If you list 15% or 10%, they will be made in nothing. So you must solve 8.1, that the salary scale you want to standardize it comes higher, and then you get to what you want to do. The idea is okay, but the use scale standard the payment the government for servants.
I think we should get to know that which should come first.
We should come
What should come first? The salary should come first. We can't hurry in to start making deduction. Because if someone is earning 2 million, they pay as you earn. The all deductions are made in the end. So
Now what I'm saying here is that this recommendation we are bringing, according to the initial program of government, by 2022, all these issues of salary enhancement will have already been what? Accomplished. That was the plan. So the idea here is, since that by 2022, after government brings this is a work in progress.
No. The first because it will give you the way.
You are the chair. Chair committee.
I think chair
committee.
You see what you need to do, what you want to achieve is quite important.
Okay, fine.
Everybody working for government.
Now let's like this. I see here the scheme is supposed to start in financial 2021, 2022, which is this one, what we are budgeting for. But what we need to say here is that the idea is good, the suggestions will be taken care of. So you take note of the members' concerns and then you can use it to enrich.
You see, before chair you rule, you don't legislate in anticipation. First read there first. So there is no legislation.
But even then, honorable colleagues, you know that even if the person who earns 200,000 at the end of the day gets pension when he retires. So the pension he gets is commensurate to the pay he has been earning. So I do not see any change here. Even before, the only concern you're raising is that the person will be made in something very small. Okay? But I think it's a good idea, other than letting people go out and then they have retired, the government has no money to pay them because they're not contributing anything. Here is a case whereby it will be guaranteed. People will be assured of getting some money after they have retired. I think that's the spirit, not so.
Yeah, in fact, these recommendations we came up when we visited most of these districts and interacted with the retirees and also those who are struggling to access the payroll. So these were ideas we interacted and got from them. But if the argument is that the current salary levels will not warrant this, that might be the issue. But then this was brought in line with also the expectation that government was also going to meet its obligation.
Some workers.
Okay. Can we take note of those concerns and then we raise them after, so that because we want to finish all the presentations today. So can we take note of that, colleagues? We allow the chair to proceed, and then we.
You are changing your method of work. You had guided us earlier that we should interrogate as we move, so that we finish faster. Now you are saying the first finish the presentation when we would have lost
This is another chair.
These are flexible. No, members, it is not a change of policy. We are on the same policy, but we are saying, let's allow the chair to continue.
the problem of access.
Chair, continue. Chair.
It's now like Trump and
Chair, continue.
Let's go to 8.3. That is page 34. That one I think it doesn't have, it's more or less like a policy issue. Maybe we can leave it and go to the next one, which is 8.5. 8.5, that is on page 35. Performance management framework integrated with performance budgeting framework. The government of Uganda transited from output-based budgeting to results-based budgeting. However, the performance management framework is still output-based. Therefore, the ministry is in the process of integrating performance budgeting with the performance management framework to improve accountability for results. The reform is being implemented in a phased manner due to inadequate resources. At the current funding level, the ministry requires over 5 years to cover all votes, hence the need for additional funding. The ministry requested for 3.750 billion to roll out the performance management frameworks integrated with performance budgeting framework in ministries, departments, and agencies and local governments to improve accountability for results, which unfortunately has no allocated budget in the MTF. The committee recommends that government allocates 3.7 billion towards rolling out of the
Members, you can interrogate as we go, so that we don't lose
with
anything.
performance budgeting.
Page
That is
35, 36.
Point number 8.5.
But Chair, something small here. Until being left behind, because for you are still on results base, we are now on program budgeting. The government finance has moved so fast. We left output to results. Now we are on program budgeting.
I think maybe there.
Don't you think they have?
Are you aware?
No,
I'm aware, but I think maybe there was some problem with the. In fact, what we are trying to say here, and which we got from Ministry of Public Service, was that there was need to have a kind of training and integration, because much as we are talking about output based, but most of these people in local government are not being trained in even other departments. Even the other time when they were talking about aligning this alignment of NDP3, many of these local governments still even have problems. So that's what they were saying. They were trying to go out and train. That's why they brought all.
No, but even the sectors, not just we have been dealing with sectors here, finance and ministry, they are having problems. So
yes.
Local governments can't be exceptional.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Something small. Maybe the chair of the committee of local and public service, have you interacted with the minister last week? The instructed for some programs in the ministry. Because currently now we are facing public expenditure. It is more costly than we think. Some of them, the ministry would not need departments, and now they are from ministry. For instance, Kampala, where do you have 2 ministers or 3 ministers? Cities. Have you interacted and found out those programs in public service to reform the structures so that you can reduce the public expenditure?
I think this issue we interacted, it was one of our recommendations. Even the local government, apart from ministries, departments, even the local governments, there are structures which are static. For example, the ones who are called community development officers, you find they are so static, there is no progress. And also in the local government, like at sub-counties, you find there is the administrative chief, the chiefs, sub-county chiefs. The issue also comes in their lineage. If the chief is going away, who is the next in the hierarchy? You find from sub-county goes to parish chief, who is a diploma holder. Then here, the number of these problems, we had requested them to sit down and see if they can restructure and come up with. This was one of our recommendations. I cannot recall it. I think it should have been in ministerial policy statements of last time.
When are they doing? Because I remember in 2017, the president gave a strong letter to the Minister of Finance and Public Service. All those programs to be restructured, find out that it can stop government money. Because, you see, if there is a department in the ministry, then you don't need to create an authority in that ministry. Those people can do work and create a board, create whatever, and that department within the ministry can do that. So this is the sort of restructuring we are talking about in government. And does take a lot of money. And they are paid highly. Those authorities which are created within the government. They are paid highly, and the people within the ministry by civil servants, and it makes to people the work of public service delivery.
You are right. We had observed this, and in fact, even one of the ways through which they had earmarked raising of funds to implement this salary increment was a review of the structure, so that some of the structures would be knocked off, brought under the mother ministries. But you also know that some of these things have political implications. I think somehow they got stuck, because if some of these things were to be closed down, then many people were going to lose jobs and the rest. So we had tried to push for it, but I think that's where they also equally got stuck.
Chair, I think let's move on. 8.6.
So let's go to 8.6.
Then 8.8.
Customizing structures for new cities. Government approved the creation of 15 cities, and the Ministry of Public Service has come up with a generic management structure which requires customization based on the specific needs of the different cities. The committee, however, observes that the ministry budgeted for 2.0 billion to cover the cost of this customization. However, an allocation of only shillings 100 million has been allocated for this in the MTPF and is grossly inadequate. The committee recommends that government allocates an additional 1.9 billion to cater for the customization of structure for the new city. Let's go to 8.8, vacant and partially filled positions in the public service. The public service in Uganda is characterized by acute understaffing levels in MDS and local governments, which is currently at 157,000 positions. Yet the significance of sufficient labor force to satisfactorily perform the set out task cannot be overemphasized. As the Minister
Order, members, can we have one meeting?
I think in most of them is not more than 60%. Most of them are below 60%. In some areas it is even around 45%.
I remember Moyo at some point was 10%.
Yeah, many of them are below. But for local government, some of them are 40%.
But there are some who have money, but the process of allowing them to recruit, where public service,
like Toro.
Mr. Chairman, I'm a former student of the Ministry of Culture, but what I need to state is that they don't have strong lobbies. I think it's very, very important that that kind of information is presented to Parliament in its naked form. We want to know what is the percentage each of these districts have. Because then when I see that my district, Dogo, is being staffed 30%, and that actually contributes very highly to poor performance, then I can press. So you don't know how to mobilize people to support you.
No, at all. But I think.
They are doing very, very poor.
Yes, I think your point is very good, but they can do it at the policy statement. When they are bringing the policy, I think they can elaborate on the
I agree. What I'm telling you is that when you are presenting your annual budget, you have to come up with those details. Because we need to be informed about each of these districts.
Yes, so I remember we presented an elaborate report on floor parliament, particularly assessment of performance of local governments, including the coverage of employment levels and the percentages. But you know, but the only thing is that sometimes when we present these things, you expect help from the House. But sometimes debate does not go in depth and the rest. That's the challenge we have. And also, in most of these reports we have been presenting, in our policy statements, we have been earmarking these things and even putting our recommendations. But the only challenge is, like for the case of last budget, this budget which is running, these reports were not debated.
Yeah, because of the nature.
Yes, these reports were not debated, they were just allowed to go. So,
Chair.
But you remember when you elaborated the presentation was debated and we took some action. That's when I feel that
yes.
Something small. I don't know whether maybe I'm missing a point or I didn't. 8.6 customizing structures of new cities. Don't you think that there is a legal framework which is needed in these cities? Are they going to use KCCA law or they are going to read
that recommendation we captured it. First of all, in fact, even if we proceed, one thing we are saying is these cities are put in place without a law. Much as they are also demanding for money, the first thing which should have come should have been the law. Then the money comes. So this recommendation we had put it, and we had also interacted with the minister and the team, asking them that why will they come up with a city without a governing policy? So the policy should have been first, but
But Chair, this is where I should have, because after we passed this, remember the first time we met and Protocol stopped when they wanted to bring back all the money for the citizens. And then later on, they said it has passed, the minister promised to bring the budget before the end of last year. What has the minister said? Because we are waiting up now, we have not seen the bill. She made that commitment and said it was bringing before the end of the year. And then we need the chair to summon the minister should come here and tell us what has happened. Because we need a legal framework. We need it.
So,
Sorry, Chair, when you are budgeting this amount of money, not until there is a legal framework, then you cannot pass it over to where an institution is not established.
So, Chair Committee, you need the minister tomorrow. I think the clerk should summon the minister to come and clarify, because there is no way you can pass budget money where there is no legal framework. It becomes illegal. But Chair, I want to know, what's the cost of this filling the gaps? Is it 1.8 trillion or billion?
The cost is
8.8.
8.8 is supposed to be trillion, I think. It is 1.8 trillion.
1.8 trillion?
Yes, for all this. That is 1.8 trillion. Trillion.
Over what period?
That is if all this are to be filled.
Yeah, but over what period?
It's 1.8 trillion. Is it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or what?
No, it's not a 1 year. It's a recurrent. That so once all these are recruited,
so what is the breakdown for this coming financial year?
That's okay.
I think maybe
maybe the clerk will work out.
You need to work that one out.
Let's go to the next one.
The next one is
which is a narrative.
I think we have finished that one. Let's go to Minister of Local Government.
Yes.
Minister of Local Government, that is for those who are following from the other page 49. That is page 39.
Something on
page 39. So let's start from page 41. Page 41. That is funding of new town councils and sub-counties. Newly created administrative units, including sub-counties and town councils, have remained non-functional due to lack of funds for their operation. This state hinders meaningful service delivery. Currently, 377 sub-counties and 355 town councils have not been fully operationalized, and government today has not provided the required funds to operationalize them, as the MTF allocation for the financial year 221 and 222 has not catered required funding for the new sub-counties, which presently stands at 41.513 billion and 94.394 billion for the town councils. It is also worth noting that some of these newly created administrative units have been frustrated by their mother administrative units that have not planned for them in their budgets, thus sidelining them in development matters. The committee also observed that some of the administrative units, for example, town councils, had received startup funds, but these funds are reported to have been misused since there are no accounting officers in place.
Yeah.
This will further be observed.
Let me just go back to page 40. This table 9.10, just it will even help us overcome these others. Table 9b. There is a, this is for what? For local government, not so?
Yeah.
Minister of Local Government. Look at your allocations for non-wage. Now, wage and non-wage, this year they are giving, next year they are giving the same. There's a reduction, but it's the same 9.62 for both wage and non-wage.
Yeah.
And there's a total reduction in the development expenditure, not so? And yet your operations are expanding. you now have many entities under your supervision and so on. Have you interrogated these figures?
Yeah, we try to interrogate some of these figures, but what they were saying is most of these activities remain I think, the same. That's what they were saying. Most of the activities have remained the same.
What do you mean? Man wage from 13 to 9.62?
That's their development aspects.
No, GOU came from 102 to 61. Then the external is from 246 to 196. So they have not remained the same. Well, okay. Can we?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry to take you back, but I'm surprised why the minister, why the chair skip page 38. Page 38, paragraph 8.9, the second paragraph. Despite these efforts, it is worth noting that 17 out of 89 MDA were give this support, a representation of 19% performance due to low funding to the ministry, which presently stands at less than 1%. Chair, how can we escape this?
No.
I mean, how can we skip this?
The explanation is we are trying to chase time, so any area which is budget neutral, we are avoiding it for now. The scrutiny shall scrutinize, but we want to go through areas that have got budget implications, so that we will save time. Because that area is budget neutral.
I know, but Mr. Chairman, you know that the biggest problem that local government is facing at the moment, one is poor performance because of absenteeism. Why absenteeism? Yes, because let me first explain in my crude way. People are not attending to their work because they are being poorly paid. You know, they are not getting allowances. I have been able to attend our district council meeting, and it is amazing that these people don't even have money for monitoring and oversight. And how do you expect them to perform as councillors? So here we are now being told that these people have the culture of poor attendance to their work and so on, and you want me to ignore it when I know that even if I put money into these activities, it's still going to be abused. So it is important that we should be guided how we are going to deal with this matter.
The Ugandan problem, the also in parliament here, I'm sort of saying this. You don't have all members attending in parliament every other day. So in fact, even money for monitoring, that's a challenge here in parliament. So it's a general problem.
No, it's not a general problem. For you, you don't attend because you are irresponsible. You are being properly paid. Yes, you are being paid. Yes, those ones are not getting any money.
I think your concern is that why was this technical support given only to very few districts? Why not most of them? The same question you are asking is what we also asked them. What they told us was that this issue of performance management initiative and also support to human resource managers was given to newly created districts. Districts that are the newly created, recruited staff that needed the support, because the funds they had could not allow them to carry this activity in all the districts in Uganda. They had to be selective and go for those particular districts where they felt they really needed a kind of guidance and support. So that's why they went to very few districts. It was not supposed to be for all the districts in Uganda.
Can you postpone for it?
So I think that
Chair,
yes.
your table 9B.
9B.
Maybe I cannot what they are meaning here. How can another way be the same in the way?
Yeah, that's the thing that was raising.
It's possible.
It's possible, but couldn't there be a mistake somewhere?
What be the big spot?
Because I don't think it can be the same.
Have you verified the figures?
Your technical staff can look through this and then give us. So you tell us how much money you have for the new town councils, 10.1?
It's true.
New town council?
Before you come to that money you have for the town council,
Yes.
there is also a structural problem.
Where?
On the town council which you are talking about before you began, because the state of convention of filing on the town council and some committees. We have reached the page 41.
Yes.
As much as you talk, that amount of money is there allocated to them. But there is a recruitment of staff in those cities and whatever. There is no report framework. How are they going to do it?
Chair.
How are you going to address it? Because you are going to allocate this money there, but you have staffs, you have structural problems. How are you going to allocate this money? What comes first?
No, I think this page 41, we're talking about town councils and the sub-counties. So there's no way you can say there's no law. We have a local government act for those town councils and the sub-counties. So if there is any recruitment for them, I think it's based on that. And unless you are talking about the cities. But if it is town councils, these are town councils.
So the law is there. So
the law is there.
So Chair, we can proceed.
The staff.
No, there's a law.
The staff are recruited by the District Service Commission, which is established by a law also.
Yeah, but the law funding which you are talking about.
You were talking about the law.
Okay, Honorable Councillor Kakoza, the law is there. So can the Chair proceed?
So let's go to...
Mr. Chair, can I also draw your attention to the fact that on page 41, medium-term plans, the item 6 talks of induction of newly elected local government leaders, ensuring that blah blah blah. Now, I wanted to draw the attention of this committee and the ministry that now that we have Rebecca Aditwala Kadaga Institute of Parliamentary Studies, we have decided, or the commission has decided that the Ministry of Local Government will be part of the board in order to help train the LC5s, LC3s, and so on. So I think it is important that at this point, the commission, I'm not a member of the commission, but I'm just saying, as somebody who has an interest in the work of the commission can lobby the budget committee to make sure that you have some money for training. So should it require you making some little payment for training them and inducting them? I think it would be very, very necessary. Because those people are being left on their own. You cannot say they are performing poorly because you haven't given them a standard. So it is very, very important.
Train those people.
Train the local
I think what we did was, in the previous budget, some money was allocated. Ministry of Local Government. They had done the training, but in some selected districts, they had not finished all the districts. That was the challenge. So we were saying this time it should be a priority because these people need to know what they're supposed to do.
And we set a standard for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go to page
42 is about the town council. The money is there.
Then
say something briefly.
that is 10.2. That is critical staffing costs in local governments. To date, a number of critical positions in most local governments are still vacant, with many still grappling with the huge staffing and the capacity gaps, as severely reported by the Auditor General.
Go to your recommendation.
The recommendation is that the government provides 52.25 billion for the recruitment of these critical positions in the local government. The Ministry of Public Service, the Public Service Commission and the District Service Commission ensure that the positions being occupied by staff in acting capacity be substantially filled as this is envisioned to provide job security and thus increase motivation and staff productivity. Domestic areas, the committee observed that Ministry of Local Government had accumulated a huge bill arising from the payment of domestic areas, which are aggregated at 45.150 billion. These are mainly arrears on VAT counterpart for projects and outstanding payment for contractors.
Chair, as you finish that, can we look at this 10.6? You have got 30 billion for 150 town councils and sub-councils. That means each you are requesting for 30 billion.
Yeah.
You have 30 billion given to you.
Which
10.6.
Which page is that?
10.6, page 44. Let's rush.
10.6. Hey, you are ahead of me.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's move.
Okay. Construction of local government office blocks.
Yes.
That one there we are requesting 10 billion.
So how much per town council?
That one, if you divide 10 billion by 150, try to do that.
You're requesting for 10?
No, those are 150 town councils.
And you have 30 billion.
30 billion, so let's try to.
Yeah? 200 million. Is it?
My arithmetic.
It's 200 million.
Okay.
So that's around there.
But that's too little.
That's what I was thinking. Is in 200 million.
That is just enough for renting offices.
So maybe we.
That can only be for rent.
Yeah, but that's what the minister had put here.
200 million.
Yeah,
that's
200 million. So I don't know what kind of
then
you're talking about.
Fine, but take note of the figure. Take note of the adequacy. Then 10.7 parish model. Didn't we see this parish model somewhere?
Yeah.
Huh?
That was the planning.
That's the planning chair. But this is what we say. That one means parish model operation, you remember when HPA was presented. The allocation within the budget is 500. These ones are talking about 30 billion.
30 billion. No. They want 30 billion.
Yes, for harmonizing implementation of parish model activities. But in the budget is not 500 billion.
Okay.
Remember when I asked you that question?
Chair, I think the rest we can have this. Can we go to look at 52? What's there? Yeah. I think that is all. I think that is basically what.
Look at the figure for town councils.
For the construction, maybe we shall need to.
Shall look at that.
We shall need to add that.
I think the rest are budget neutral. Most of these are budget neutral. They are just write-ups. We shall interrogate this, and tomorrow you shall. The chair will be integrated. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chair,
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I now hand over to
Scientific.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Thieno, for driving.
Yes.
Lincoln defense.
These are the ones who give money to those who beat us.
Serious threat.
Yeah? And you still come
yes.
no money for them.
Okay.
Serious.
Honorable Elijah has an issue.
Yeah, which Otieno should also be here. You know, I was not here when you handle legal and parliamentary affairs. But I've looked at the report. One thing I'm picking is there is need for office space for new MPs. Now because we have the new MPs. Office space. I have seen the report they are not capturing because we have had an increase from 456 MPs to now 500 and what? 555. So there's an increment of almost 100. So where will they be? So the legal and parliamentary. No, we are just bringing it here. They are already finished. We are colliding. So it is something that must be captured. Where can we put 100 MPs?
Okay.
I think the parliamentary commission needs to provide for renting space for them.
Clark, take note of that. We are going to talk.
Don't take note. You have to capture it as part of the.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling them, Clark.
Yeah.
Capture recommendation
Of the office space.
of renting office space for the commission for additional members of parliament. This is what
I'll try to summarize.
Oh, summary. Wonderful.
Because you know there will be some MPs who have been sharing.
Yes.
Thank you, Chairperson.
We capture that, okay? Hello, do you have a signed one?
Yes, signed one.
Here is a signed one.
Yes, please.
The need for the IPS to train the local government as per the report.
What I didn't get you is that you want us to budget for it.
No, we are capturing it.
Oh, you want us to budget for it?
What do you mean, so?
But that's what they are requesting for.
No, whatever, I didn't understand. That we are budgeting, the money come to us and then we use it for training those people.
Yeah.
Or the money should go to them so that they pay us.
No.
It's not the commission that pass the money.
The commission should have an enhanced budget. Yes, for the training.
Because they need to distance the IPS. But don't forget the issue of the office accommodation.
Under the commission, the parliamentary commission, we are talking about the need for office space. We are talking about the enhanced role of the IPS to train the local government, councillors, LC5 and LC3. And that's very expensive. For one covering is 177 districts.
How much figure are we looking at?
I don't know.
By tomorrow they should be able to talk to the IPS man. If you can have some rough figure.
But it will be different. 177 districts. And then when you talk about some counties.
No, let us now deal first with our members who are coming. The 99.
But we could talk about
99, yeah, 99.
Calculate that as we proceed.
Office space.
Okay,
yes, we can. It doesn't matter.
that's done. Order, colleagues. We are now with the defense security sector. But I would like us to take note that according to NEP 3 allocations, defense is supposed to have taken 7.7% of the budget. But now the MTF allocation has raised defense to around 17%. So, yeah, from 7.7, which NEP 3 had projected. So, even in figures, defense budgets has grown by almost $1 trillion. So when we are going to receive from defense, we don't expect the issues of gaps, funding gaps from the defense and security, because it has already taken a lot of money because of that increase.
That capital, there's a capital expenditure.
There was a capital expenditure and so on. They have already raised their share, depriving other sectors. So when you are presenting anything like recommending additional funding, you just jump.
Chair, that might be that one is not correct. That one is not correct. I'll refer you to page 7. Page 7. You look at the grand total. Table 2. Table 2 in the main report.
That's a summary which has no tables.
So there is a report
The chairman does not have a table.
on page 7 of the main report.
Page 7.
I'm trying to,
No, he says. Page 7 on that. No, it's a fact. This.
because I'm trying to say the funding gaps should not be justified
Can
here.
defense have funding gaps?
We do.
No. Let's forget about that.
So you study that table, look at the grand total, and look at 2021, 2020, that percentage. Yeah,
Non-wage,
negative 41.
the elections are over. There are no more elections. Development.
So that one was for that correction. Mr. Chairperson,
That is in NIRA,
Mr. Chairperson.
MODVA, Defense and Veterinary Affairs. You know, we are using what we call as finance.
Look at the subtotal.
NIRA is not affected because non-wage is consistent with what is happening in all sectors. So NIRA is okay.
Yes, attached. Not yet, they are still.
Not yet. Not yet.
They are still working agriculture,
They are still there. Energy.
energy, is it natural resources? They are still.
The minister in
And then we have also the other one, works. They're that way.
But Chair, remember we requested the Minister of Energy to come.
It's more clear. In fact, she's there with the team. In fact, they should have.
Let her come.
But they are in South Committee.
We are now thin.
Can you give us the report we have to look at?
No, they are still engaging.
It's better tomorrow. We are thin.
They're not fresh.
And we are few.
What time do we meet in the morning?
10, because we are living here late.
8 hours.
We have to be realistic.
10.
I'm still having 19.
And let 10 be 10.
10, okay.
Chairperson,
Yes,
you have a report with you and the honorable colleagues. We are here for vote 004, 009, 120, 144, 145, 305, and 309. And we have submitted an extract to you about the observations and recommendations. That's what we want to look at to save time.
okay.
Chairman, I disagree with page 11.
Page,
Page 11, we are not going to maybe see who
Now,
Minister of Defense.
I'm starting with the Minister of Defense, looking at my summary extract.
Page what?
Page 1.
Page 1.
No, somewhere.
Page 1.
I'm looking at the summary.
One week page.
okay, now,
There are two documents. That's okay. I have a summary to solve the issues.
okay, start.
Page, tell us the page.
Page 1, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at vote 004.
Yes,
A. Enhanced.
you have 10 minutes to present.
Yes, I don't mind. A. Enhanced welfare of UPDF personnel. The committee observed that there is need to enhance welfare of UPDF personnel and salary enhance for UPDF officers and men, including professionals, healthcare services, defense forces, shop, and education services. Required amount is 591.62 billion. They were provided with 25.718 billion. There is a funding gap
That ceases to be a gap.
That's what
It's just a different.
So, because it is too big, we are looking at it in a phased manner. We therefore recommend that they should be provided with 20 billion for welfare of UPDF personnel.
Welfare in which way?
Of course, we've mentioned some issues up in that first paragraph.
A shop.
We've looked at healthcare, we've looked at education services. Okay.
Defense shop.
Yes.
No, that one is out, so
Not very. What do you do with education?
Honorable Cecilia, we are reading the what? We are reading from the summary.
The summary.
Yeah, but I'm telling you the concept of the shop is out.
Don't talk about it.
during COVID time.
Anyone is going to bring shops.
The shop is off.
We are looking at B now. Logistical stroke combat service support to UPDF.
Explain further. What is the education services?
Education services, you know that we have children of the ex-combatants who are being taken care of. They have schools. They have training schools. We recruit every day.
So is that for the children of ex-combatants or for the training schools?
All of them is mine. They know how to handle that.
Because we know ex-combatants, not all of their children are taken care of. I don't know how to say it.
There are army schools. There are army schools that take care of.
The army schools are not for ex-combatants.
So what has gone wrong with the schools?
Can they go to the UP schools?
The schools are also UPE, those ones.
If they could go for those other schools, then there would be no reason to establish the army schools.
They have schools for proximity so that it's near.
Yeah,
their numbers are high, so.
Yeah, I'm aggrieved because the Ministry of Defense, which is the army, took over land of one of my people there, and they have refused to compensate because they are in uniform. And every time these people come to claim, they say, who are you to claim this land? They show us that
we discussed the issues of compensation.
Just a moment. Just a moment. I think that's one. I think the other one is, I think we for us to avoid the double budgeting or duplication.
Yes.
Because we are trying to grow up in the police barracks, like in Tinder, there was that police school, police primary school.
Yeah.
That's where I was from.
Yeah, that's also way there.
Yes.
So, but at the same time, it's under KCC. I see KCC also. I don't know whether they give support or what.
They do.
Yeah. Then when you look
They
at
post the teachers.
yeah, they post so. I don't know where I
Teachers are
the
paid.
implication of what we need to understand.
Even this one.
I saw for the army which I'm well versed in is the Bukema in Bali.
Yes.
That Bukema as army primary school.
They also post teachers.
They also post teachers there. So
Government. They are
now-
under the DEO's
he
office.
was told, where is the
What has happened that needs all this money? What has not moved well?
There's no breakdown there.
But you remember we are moving into professionalization of the institution.
No.
We need self-sustainance in the future. So we need to plan for some of these things in the time.
Professionalizing education or what?
Your answer is not matching what
What are professionalizing?
If we are professionalizing the institution, it must be self-sustaining.
Education.
All round.
No.
Yes.
Okay, Chair, take it like this. These barracks have schools. Government from time immemorial posted qualified teachers. Government qualified teachers to those schools and they pay them, and they have been teaching and children are passing.
Yeah.
So what has gone amiss that you want to manage professionalize it separate? Yet already they are catered for.
And they are probably because land.
The issue of land is another one.
The issue of the land is different from this one because as a committee we even handled the issue of land. Okay?
Because
we did
on top of that, there is also money on the base already allocated for this education and health. That's why like in Mbuya, there is a hospital in Bongo.
Exactly.
They are facilitated and this soldiers get medical support there. So most of the things seem to be already they seem to be already well handled. Because we're in the COVID squeeze, whereby our envelope has gone down. Why are we now complaining? What we need here are critical issues, like say, Connie yesterday came back, he has entered, he's in attack with a gun. So we need to intervene. We have been having something which is causing us.
Now that chair we are out of war, shouldn't we do something productive? So we have to empower these sectors to move.
Education sector is there.
Education is okay, health okay, there is money there. Then the shop, of course, is that one you forget capitalizing it now. When it matters, when we get better with the envelope, we can capitalize them.
But even
we shall even open a parliamentary shop.
Yeah, even
here.
Initially,
and give it tax free.
with the economy doing well.
But as of now, we need, as of now, we can't afford. We can't afford the luxuries. We can't afford the luxuries.
I thought we need you.
Honorable Chair and the honorable members, I have to appreciate on behalf of the army if they have grabbed your land. But as a committee, we've tried to mitigate that issue. And the CDF told us, the CDF, Honorable, first listen, the CDF told us, he assured us that there is money to compensate all the people who are aggrieved with the issues of land. The only challenge they were getting...
49 Minutes of Internal Affairs.
Chair, even if before we need to assure this Chair.
There is nothing here.
There is something we need to point out.
Luxuries only. Like a shop, they are luxuries.
Share budget.
So let's go to
Chair, budget. Before you go there, we need to point out something for this.
Okay.
Chair, right now, page 6, page 17 of this book, they have got already 1 trillion classified. If you add the 3 trillion they already have, that is 4 trillion.
3.4.
4.8 trillion, which they already have.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Now we are, that's the money they have, and they are classifying most of these things. Why can't this people declassify some of this money to cater for some of their pressures? After all, they were telling us that they want money for classified. They classified with soldiers were given money to go and beat up voters in the constituency. They classified money you're talking about. Every general was given money, every colonel was given money to go and beat up Ugandans who give them money. They were brutalizing everywhere, deciding voting for others, including him. Chair. I think your committee needs to come clear, because you don't interrogate these matters very well. You have a lot of resources which is just being misused.
As the members, we could have been beaten. As the chairperson, I could have been beaten. But we have to look at the bigger picture.
What we are saying, from what we are seeing, this is 4 trillion, 4.8 trillion, close to 5 trillion actually, nearly 5 trillion, which is a third at 45. Okay, out of 45 trillion, 5 trillion is already with one entity alone. minus are not able to continue getting. So really, I don't think it is fair that this head should even be asking for more money. What we need from you, what you must tell the country now, you go and unpack this thing, declassify, because elections are over, you're not going to beat people anymore.
We still have issues.
Elections are over.
Of national concern. Security is what makes us to be here.
And all have considered defeat. The likes of Otieno.
We are tell them we are not even going to appeal. So there's nobody more to beat. We are not going to beat anybody. We don't need this money.
Okay, Moses, let's go to the Minister of Internal Affairs.
Now what more?
Okay, honorable members, let's look at the vote 009. Roman 1, we are talking about operationalization of the National Transitional Justice Policy. The committee observed that Uganda shillings 24.580 billion was required for National Transitional Justice Policy operationalization.
What's that?
What is this transitional justice? What is it?
It's an alternative to the non-justice system.
We have the Amnesty Commission in place, okay?
Yes.
That Amnesty Commission is still operational. There are still issues from the time of changing governments.
Amnesty Commission, now.
So they are to handle.
Amnesty means this transitional justice. Is that related to Amnesty Commission?
They handle. They are supposed to handle.
But also, we must accept. For some good time, we don't have insurgents, rebels, and what. Even if Kony was a problem, who died there. There is no need for Amnesty Commission. There has been peace and people have been coming back home from wherever. People are settling without even any meeting. The Otunus came here, all people have come back. We need really to suffer. If there are funds which are there, they can continue with those funds. We don't want to pick it. Let them continue. But again, looking for more, we shall have wasted the money.
Okay.
Explosives.
The committee observed that Uganda shillings 5.4 billion is required for management of explosives, and that government only provided 4.1929 billion, and the shortfall is only 1.279 billion.
What do they do with the explosives? To blast?
They need storage, they need management. You can't just put them in the hands of an ordinary person.
Where are they storing them now? Right now, where are they?
What are these explosives? Bombs and so on?
Because they're already being stored.
When the question comes, some of those explosives have what? Radiation and so on.
So,
and when they expire, what happens?
And that's why we need management of them.
They have to blow them in a scientific way.
That's why he's asking you. He's asking you a question now. What are they being kept? We are planning to prepare them, so you need to provide for the management before.
We have some of them,
where they
but the storage is not
so secure.
It's not secure.
First procure, then we don't know when it expires, how to dispose. So they are not disposed anyhow. You have to dispose. There could be a big issue there because they were bought some time.
Yes.
We have not been bombing anywhere. Those things are there and they are going to expire. Now when they expire, we should not continue storing them. They become very dangerous.
So we need to store, we need to manage them. If they expire, we need to explode them.
Yes.
So we need the resources in the right way.
And
we need the resources.
Transporting them back to the supplier.
So we need the resources.
It's expensive.
It is expensive to manage them.
There is an issue there,
but for you, what is this?
This is police.
This is Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Police.
No.
So it's not defense.
Not police. Internal Affairs.
Internal Affairs.
They are managed at the headquarters there. by the headquarters team.
Just like we have issues with disposing this.
Of course, the ones who in internal affairs, the ones that expose are police.
But that's police and
No.
defense.
Wherever we don't know what happens.
Because these explosives are mainly handled by the defense, not internal affairs. Which explosive do that internal affairs handle? It is defense.
Other than these tear gas.
Other than tear gas.
What explosive again?
You know, there are some chemicals which, like if you want to explode a stone,
Yeah. You get clearance from internal affairs.
you get clearance from
Escort
internal
you.
affairs.
They are the ones who keep the.
That's what I'm saying. Then you need to be clear. Because when we started the debate over it, it was we were taking mobile grenades or what. No. But now we are coming.
Not the grenades.
It is the what?
These barutis that explode like those big stones.
Let us not mix it.
Those ones that are the ones that are used to like these fireworks. Those ones are not managed by an ordinary person.
Yeah.
So they need a
And the
safe
most
way of
dangerous
handling
aspect
them.
is when they expire.
So when they expire, they can cause trouble.
So
to
they have
human life.
4.1.
What do they have in the base?
They have 4.1 billion on the base. They need 5 billion. So
We only need
additional 1 billion.
1.279 billion
Yeah,
to manage that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Destruction of narcotics.
Yeah,
to know-
politics comes in, so you add it to your
Yeah, but we need to know whether if you may, these entities have a habit of asking for money when in actually they don't even exhaust all the money, because such a thing is not something you're going to explode.
That one you can always check in the budget
That's what I'm
performance, in the
saying.
quarterly budget performance
Yes,
That's why we
reports.
say you need to be clear.
Yes, you guide us.
What is that they're going to do? Is it narcotics in the explosion? Is it for the fireworks? Is it for the baruti? They should be specific.
This is spray, they put it messages in the eyes.
And Amria.
That is a good counsel. We shall follow it up. Yeah. Shall
Okay, note that one,
They can
Secretary.
even tell you confidence.
Of course, you're in another meeting, not that part
Science, what's the way?
of that management of
explosives.
1 billion.
3 Roman 3, we are talking about strengthening community service implementation. The committee observed that the number of inmates has increased over a period of time, and that the cost of feeding and giving utilities has almost doubled over a period of time. The committee noted the need for community service implementation through increased usage, awareness and acceptability of community service, more targeted and continuous sensitization programs, radio programs, TV shows, IEC material and training of stakeholders, especially supervisors.
That one is just a redundant thing. Who doesn't know these things?
So
They are there because they must be there. Now what is important is them to reduce arrests.
but when the crime is increasing,
But you find somebody walking because there is COVID that stop at 7, you find him at 5 minutes past 7, you take him to prison.
Actually, most of the people in police stations don't even deserve to be in the cells. They don't deserve to be in the cells. Somebody comes and finds even on your veranda and picks you.
Let them manage those things by releasing people.
I think that's indiscriminateness of Ugandans should stop. That's all. Don't give them money.
Let's handle it the other side. Either the judicial system improves,
Yeah, let them stay with what they
police
have.
arrest quickly, take them to court so that they are taken into the right place. If they are supposed to be charged, let them be charged and they go and manage the cases, either fine or prison or death, whatever.
okay.
Yeah. Immigration, citizenship.
Yeah. Management of immigration flows in the country. The committee observed that the number of foreigners has increased over a period of time, especially in the economic space. Therefore, there is a need to develop a surveillance system for foreigners in the country, inspection, monitoring and surveillance of illegal immigrants. The Directorate should undertake a survey on the extent of illegal immigration monitor worker permit holders and deport illegal immigrants.
But Chair,
we therefore recommend.
Chair.
Yes.
Even as we recommend money. This what surveillance, even we civilians, ordinary, we know these foreigners are lingering around here. What technology do you want to employ to detect these illegal?
Now,
they are known, really.
Honorable, that is good information if you could provide it to the if you could provide it to the responsible desk.
Second,
They know level. If me I know.
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
Like the thing I don't know for e-passports, are they issuing them free? We pay for them.
Pay for them.
That's true. That's
they
true.
generate money, so
maintain what they have.
And they budgeted as appropriation in aid.
Yeah, maintain what they have.
Let them maintain what they collect is what they use.
We are not reducing, but
no. Let's go to
Chair,
all the cities.
Chair.
Now, we were thinking of yes.
I will just bring attention to the chair that here is not a passport. There are centers, the centers.
Yes.
We want to establish centers in all these cities which we created recently, so that people should not continue walking
in
here.
all cities. If you remain on the regional Sahara, Mbale, Mbara, Gulu, those are okay.
Yeah.
They can continue being there. And
so which other city do you want to extend?
You do rather.
We are looking at Arua, Mbarara, Mbale and Gulu.
There's Gulu, there's Mbarara.
We can include Soroti. We wanted to.
Mbale is very near Soroti.
But cities will have those facilities.
Yes.
That's why you
We need those facilities in those cities. My dear, I was in Karamoja. The nearest place to Karamoja is only Soroti. The nearest place to Kataku is Soroti.
Okay, so put Soroti and who? Soroti, and so how much money does it need to do that?
Now,
So you're adding two.
For this year, then we keep rolling the
Soroti
first month.
and Fort Portal.
In the next, then we roll in the
Where do
next year.
Gulu and Gulu has?
Gulu has Mbarara and
So once you have
Mbale.
Soroti, the leader person goes either Gulu or Soroti.
Yeah.
So we do Soroti and Fort Portal.
Yes.
Barara has. We add
All the Bakedi and can go to Mbale.
Let's go to Mbale.
From our place to Mbale. It's nearer.
But still after next
How
year,
about
we roll
Jinja?
again.
So we want to continue rolling them out.
How about Jinja?
They will come to Kampala.
Jinja is near Kampala.
Yeah.
But still no, we need also ginger. We need ginger.
Come through the lake here.
We need ginger.
Ah, the smugglers. They will now get passports. Okay.
Let me hope the secretariat has captured that.
Put those three. Now the finance implication.
Port Portal and Ginger.
Chair. Now the financing.
Yes.
The financing aspect, we wanted some money.
How much now?
You can work out the money, you bring in the morning. Bring to the clerk in the morning.
How much we can.
So we can, you
know how much each center needs.
You compare them to the existing centers.
Get the figures per center.
Police.
Per center?
Yes, police.
I
know my Honorable Fieno Rukoro here, police for brutalizing him, but
it was not police, that was army.
No, both. The police, army was reinforcing them.
So we are saying we need some accommodation and staff housing projects too.
Some time allocated for police to construct houses.
And what happened?
There is some construction which is
But
going
they have
on.
just stopped.
Now that stalling means
these floods in
It's completed now, but it's what has happened.
Yeah, we have talked about it.
Kaigura went to the money or
Those looks like the thing went with Kaigura.
there is anyway there is a project we are thinking about, but
No, tell us about that project. Why is it stalled?
we need money. There is no money.
Everyone was broken under just no sector.
We need money, and those buildings are are still on construction. The work is in progress.
No.
Yes, it is on progress.
I'm there every morning, every evening.
They could have reached a phase of
But
doing
there is
the
a big
finishes.
issue with accommodation of police, leave alone police officers where they sleep, even officers.
Yes.
Even officers, even the outposts, they are no longer supplying uniforms. What happened? During Kaihuras time, there were uniforms procured and all these outposts, they would give 2-3 uniforms. Even that now they can't afford.
Some of the issues soon we are calling the police administration. There is another pending issue which we are still following up on the circle. Yes, there are some management issues. There are some management issues which we are going to handle, but let's handle the budget framework paper.
The leadership every day.
So we shall handle as a committee.
By the way, on Sako, the speaker ordered the Officer General
Yes.
audit.
Yeah.
And then the report should be out. That should be of help. Because I remember when she summoned them after who reached them at the house, the speaker summoned them, the new leaders of the Sako.
Yes.
And what they talked there, my God, I happened to be in the meeting. And the speaker said, no, I think the best is, can we have an audit by Auditor General first?
They will arrest Officer General.
So we need Auditor General.
So we observe that actually they require some amount of money. 99.6
What is 75.6? Constructing a unit.
75.6
million.
Which
the cost, there's at page 4, as you go where you're going, you arrive, you started at
49.
No. 75.6.
Yes,
that's building or renting.
That is for that unit.
One bedroom,
sitting room and kitchen.
Self-contained house.
Just one room to cost 76 million. You guys.
Sitting room, kitchen, and
you need a sitting room.
They built recently for teachers.
Yes.
At 70. And it was 2-bedroom, sitting room. They made a kitchen and a store, and the other toilet, the other type of toilet, what they call, which they build.
But remember this one, we are talking about flats. We are talking about flats, not this single one, so that we can maximize on the space.
It's even cheaper.
It's not cheaper.
It is. If this story
to roof in this one,
you don't need to roof.
The slab of the other.
Yes.
The slab is more expensive than the iron
the
sheet.
finishing is not the level of these other houses you are talking about. Just a mere paint and then.
This slab here is more expensive than the iron sheets.
No.
You've been in the construction.
It's not only iron sheet. It's not only iron sheet. Because you need timber there, you need the iron sheet. So you can say that the slab.
But
the slab is cement and the bars.
Equally the slab will need the tiles.
No, Chair.
Because there's no foundation and
let me tell you, a bag of cement, even if you say at 30,000, you need 1,000 bags at 30 million. 1,000 bags.
Honorable members,
and you're talking about a slab here. 1,000 bags can be
1 bedroom.
That one needs technical people.
No, but we are only in construction.
By the way, was also buried in the park.
Yes.
It was also raised in the park.
We are only in construction.
The general brought it up. And they are costing
at my houses.
It's not.
I think.
And they say, no,
I think for us as a parliament, mentioning cost per unit can be a problem.
Yeah.
I think you have to delete that part. So that you just talk that to make some houses, you need some money.
Yeah.
Then we say, let's allocate something.
Yes.
5 billion. Because they are not going to build everywhere.
Much obliged, we are going to delete that so that tomorrow.
But Chair, the most important thing is to provide money to complete these apartments.
Yes.
The Naguru apartments. Because we cannot be.
There must be money on the base. There must be money on the base.
That's why we want to ask them what the money will pay. Because the gap.
Tell us how much money do they need? Yes.
How much money do we need to complete all the gap in order to complete
those flats?
These apartments, yeah.
And how much is allocated for building?
Yes.
For construction on the base. So coordinate that.
Food.
Food.
And the guy here that there was a name that they had traded off some land, something for those projects there.
No. The
That-
parliament rejected
That project did not take
That
off.
project, they went in a need. This one and Amule went to Kenya and wrote a report that briefcase. And from there, the soldiers were happy with them. They gave them so many escorts for saving the country. They found the other guys were conmen. You remember when
You are lucky I will kill you.
the president was talking up nice, then people said, let's do due diligence. So people went there and found they are calling many people. They have never paid the taxes in China. You remember that? So she collapsed.
You see, I will say we got
You did a good job. Food for this police.
Now, these people need the food really as an essential.
For police officers at operation.
No, Chair, this is a very good idea, but the question is, this food ends up with the officers.
They just disappear with everything and leave our policemen suffering.
These lower rank people are really suffering.
I think we should do our.
But the corruption in police is too much.
We should play our role.
Impunity.
We should play our role and then
because chairman, because I saw during the election, the police officers were deployed, this police constable. They were taking money from us, they can't.
No, they had dry ratios. Me, I saw.
They did not have. I didn't maybe your place.
They had. In my place, I saw.
Maybe your place.
Ours had nothing.
Nothing.
They had biscuits, they had water, they had.
That was the electoral commission, which was providing that, not police. It was electoral commission.
They even had no transport.
No transport.
They were walking up to the place.
They had everything. Now, you read the water which they gave to Honorable Otto, isn't it branded police?
The one they
Uganda
said,
police.
Maybe that water stopped in CPS, the CPSs. But did not look by with operation.
No, it is true.
But
It is
again,
true.
they say
Police has their water is branded. Yes, police has because when I go, when I've been following,
Maybe you say it was not enough.
they give me water to drink.
So, but they had some biscuits for all those constables.
Not all, some.
Except that our police, in the way the president has mentioned, the corruption element is still on.
now like this police who are patrolling
Even the
now.
MMA did not have him.
You find them walking around, they're in pickups, they are really
Yeah, this was now a motorcycle.
motorcycles. When do they eat?
Even those motorcycles consume fuel, so it means they even have the allowances
That's not
for
feeding.
food.
That's not food.
They have for food.
This one is on food.
So you think
Can-
they pay them some allowance?
Yes, they must be. Can you do work on an empty stomach?
Police.
That's when they go stealing.
Police. Police.
They do work.
They tell you the guy different say you don't go, you don't abscond.
They are sacked.
Those guys are really suffering. But the
So
question is,
the administration no fit is the question.
how do you manage
There are
this
these
thing?
police who are also working in these hard areas, like us too. Those who are in like Olilime, they are guarding this
operation
control. They're in operation until they stop with them. Do they earn some special
Like this
They are
company.
the ones being taken care of here. They are the ones they're taking care of here.
Those are some of the issues that we have to look at.
Yes.
You have to look at those.
Now, you're talking about by-elections again. Rwenzori sub-region has to patrol
The elections money for the police is in the
electoral commission. You don't have to give them money.
and that one can come as supplementary once
Yes.
there's a by-election.
Yeah.
There's no more election now.
We are finished
If
with
there
the
are any
election.
one or two, there are many.
So tell your judges not to go tomorrow and rule that Nagom should do. Nagom wasn't.
We have accepted the defeat with the my Otieno here. Let's
see
wait.
what they can do.
Yeah.
And then they are going to speak it up, and they already told you, how we have made a mistake. We didn't know we made a mistake. Those voters, they are calling me also.
Seriously. So, as
Colleagues, what can we say here? Please
committee-
need for some food for some police.
It's okay, but money, you just give money to these officers. But
honorable,
it's too much.
honorable members, those are our children, those are our sisters,
Yes.
those are our brothers.
We are not disputing. We are not getting our concern. Our concern is that they are being
Our
cheated.
question is you have to go back
What
to them
we
and
need
tell
to
them that members are really willing to see how these people's welfare is improved.
What I request from the honorable members, I think we need to do our due diligence to go and inquire into this. But
Then we see how we can start some money.
Yes.
But also you scale down the ones you need to feed.
Yes.
Leave these people like re-election, whatever, land conflicts, leave those ones. They are not people deployed for land conflicts. Insecurity in urban area, there are those who walk around there.
yes,
Hungry, tomorrow, what? They even thieves now compromise them. So you get the most important ones. We put some 5 billion there to start.
Okay.
Yeah. Prisons. Those ones are now okay. Prisons are now okay.
Yeah, okay.
Their management of COVID, they got supplementary big one.
as a committee, we noted in paragraph A that to have safe, secure and human custodial services. We observe that there is need for expansion of prisons and construction of new prisons to reduce on congestion in prisons.
We can't do that now when our cash flow is really limp. The economy is down.
Yes.
Let's shield this recommendation in case.
No, but Chair, it's not a lot of money. I'm saying
366 billion.
Million. Is it million or billion? That's billion. Let them clear.
Billion.
It's million.
What do you have here? Me, I'm reading what I'm seeing. But it's a million.
What is this?
Millions.
No, it's million.
You want to construct prisons?
These are millions.
Check. That's
It's little money.
Cross check.
They want for operational
Yeah.
cost.
They need less than a billion, not even
Yeah.
half a billion.
It's a small money.
Yeah, small money.
Okay.
Not a mistake.
No, it's
There must be a
operational.
mistake.
Is it a mistake?
No, it's operational.
It's so small.
Because the narration
It's
is very
operation.
The narration is so big, it cannot
big. Father Daily 70,000 prisoners. Food, shelter, what? 250 children, 65 health units.
The
HIV,
construction is
AIDS,
not
what?
fitting in narration.
Patients.
Maybe it would talk about
Sacco.
feeding. The narration
Okay.
in the first paragraph doesn't fit into the figures. She's going to correct so that we come tomorrow with the right.
Rehabilitation and reintegration.
Yes. The committee
Even the
observed that
figures,
Uganda
let them
prisons
clarify figures in the
plan to rehabilitate and reintegrate.
Chair, you clarify the figures of that one as well.
Yes.
So we go
Them, I think,
so we
with
move
them.
on.
NB,
Go to see.
I got to see.
Because then you need to clarify.
COVID, you know, they already handled them. Go to an analytical lab.
The committee observed that the girl developed a case backlog reduction strategy.
Go this out. This COVID.
They got a lab supplementary.
But this is for the next
financial
financial year.
Next financial year starts in July. It starts in July. COVID will have been handled by
No,
vaccine.
but they're asking for little money.
It's little.
0.5 billion.
Yeah, it's 0.5.
The entire
That's
country.
little money.
The entire
What
country.
residual is there of COVID by that time?
They have money. They have money.
But the number is now high.
Which
The
number?
number is escalating.
Which number?
Of the cases is escalating. Even outside here. What about in prison? The vaccine doesn't cure.
Chair.
The vaccine doesn't cure.
But stops you from catching.
You catch, but it doesn't over disturb you.
It disappears just.
I think we should help our brothers there.
But we still get all that we got from Masamba.
Those people got a lot of money.
It's okay, we'll see when we reach there.
Actually, they need one video chair. But this for the entire country. No.
Prisons.
No. If
What do you think they are going to do here with COVID? Those prisons.
In the next financial year.
Visit the prisons and see whether there is anything called COVID there. They are just a pile there. They arrest another, they bring a pile there.
Before testing.
Go to analytical lab.
Yes, the committee observed that the GAL developed a case backlog reduction strategy for the period of July 2018 June to June 2023, themed clearance of forensic case backlog to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness, and that the Directorate is on track with its case backlog reduction strategy, which commenced in that financial achieving cumulative performance of 77.09% from the 75% target. The backlog
Let's give that one. Give them that 400 million. In fact, that place was almost dying.
And the way they have done it to reduce the backlog from 5,000 to 1,000
They
now.
are working at Wiziko at Cartel. He has tried his level best.
Yes, now we move to national.
Big money.
This committee is terrible. Chair. These people are paying rent. Entities only. Who? These people are paying rent on that property.
Yes, they are paying to who? Not to defense. To defense.
But that facility, first of all, that facility doesn't belong to Ministry of Defense. Ministry of Defense was simply paid to construct.
We are looking at, is it 52 million?
So they only constructed.
Okay, a very good idea. They need a home.
They need a home.
There is already a talk of campus.
Yes.
Government campus. This is what we talked here
this morning.
As they want a government campus, they want to manufacture architectural and so on, and then they are going to get money to build a campus. We said nobody then should start building this, buying what. They will all go there.
Yes.
And Chair, we need to find out if it is true that these people are paying money, who pockets that money in defense?
Where is it?
That
never there.
That issue was brought on the floor of Parliament, you remember?
Yes.
When I presented the report.
I was there.
And the Speaker instructed for an audit through the Auditor General to know where the money goes.
Okay, Mr. Defense Security, thank you for your good report.
Thank you.
You can go and do those few amendments and submit to clerk in the morning.
Yes, science has made some amendments.
Science has made good amendments. Can we have a brief look? Honorable Pino, I know you are counting votes the whole night.
Yes, I'll give you that. Now you call.
But I think they chased them. You managed to chase them.
You can
also wanted a recount.
How much money?
It was dismissed the record 30 seconds. Record 30 seconds.
Oh, Tio?
Yeah,
completion.
So you, can we now prepare to be our Minister of Most?
Naguru.
There's a minister.
Okay.
In the next,
you don't have good things.
In the next Kisanja.
For now, there's a minister, but for the next.
The next.
For clarifying on the
Voters rejected the other minister.
Don't be shy.
That's big. You know.
Will you be jumping on the father's wife?
This committee will be very short.
Because this man, if government understands that most very well.
Where is it going? Where is it going? Finance.
The chair is going. All those are going. So where are they going? This committee is going to be.
That is politics.
It's serious.
Assurance.
This committee has to have people. Why is continuity? Continuity is going to be a problem. You come here. This committee will serve for continuity.
But I want to replace second.
Second.
As a vice Teso gave him 7 votes.
Vice President.
Why did we give Uganda? Why did we give don't give Uganda VP when they don't 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 Uganda VP when